Hello and welcome to the Nature's Glory Cabin channel, Off-Road Edition. In today's video, we'll be highlighting a trail or a trail event that we took in the area. In addition to this YouTube channel, there's also a Facebook page with the same name. Please like and subscribe. Okay, here's what we're working on today. We're working on some Bulletpoint mounting solutions. We have a base that I've already added a third ball socket to there in the center. There's a GoPro mount, another GoPro mount without the ball socket. Here's a cell phone radio holder, fully assembled. You can see the arm and those arms attached to a ball at each end. And here's a cell phone radio holder unassembled. That's the way they come. And over here we have a tablet holder with a arm assembled. This is the way this comes. And I'll reach in here and show you the back of it. The ball on the back, and the ball hooks over that. So let's see if I can open this up while we're in here. It accommodates different sizes. And the base comes with different mounting. Comes with nuts and bolts, self-tapping screws, and well nuts. I already have the well nuts installed in my center console piece. I'll show you that later. The self-tapping screws are the least strong. The nuts and bolts and the well nuts would be next. And on the back of the base, there's also some 3M tape. You see the slots? That's where you'll put your screws through. And we'll show you that in a little while. And there's all of it laid out on the bench, ready to work. I've already pulled my center dash out. As you can see, I've already got the well nuts installed and the screws started. What you'll need to do is to take your base, set it in here, and mark where you want your holes to be and drill carefully. You could leave it in the Jeep and do it, but this side here is awfully close underneath to a air conditioning duct. So I take mine out, and I'm glad I did. It would have been a little close. Another thing I discovered when I got in here to pull mine apart is the J nuts were missing, and I had no bolts holding the top of my center dash in. So we're going to solve that. I went to Lowe's, and we'll see what I have to work on that with. Okay, here's my assortment of things I'm going to try to use to fix my upper part of my center dash. On the right here are some things that I got at Rural King. Hopefully I don't need these. There's some self-tapping bolts, J nuts that they had at Rural King. These don't look like they'll work, and a couple of washers. And on the left, this is what I'm leaning toward, is I got a couple of the correct style J nuts, a couple of 3/16 by 3/4 washers. I'm probably going to have to drill those out of here to fit over the 1/4 bolts. And these 1/4 J nuts is what I'm hoping and planning to use, because they actually have a threaded nut on the back. That's what I'm actually hoping to use. So let's go try it out and see what's going to work, and I'll get back to you. Okay, we're back, and it's another day, and undoubtedly somebody has already said you don't use J nuts on the dash because it's just sheet metal and it's already tapped. Well, I discovered that and I walked away, so that means none of this stuff we need and we're not going to use. So we'll put all this stuff out of the way, and we'll move on with what we're going to use. I had to go through digging through a few old boxes of bolts and nuts, and I came up with something that we're going to use. Found a couple of other bolts that were for something else, cleaned them up, and we're going to use those in the top. Now, what we're going to do next is these 4 washers. I'm going to tighten up the well nuts and use those to do it. What we've got here is these well nuts on the back. Stick through, and when you tighten them up with the bracket, they pull down and tighten against the plastic. Well, I'm going to do this on each one and give it a little something with a little extra bite and with a little metal. Now, in order to do that, I need to get my mounting plate and get it over here and start to mount that up. Okay, so here's our mounting plate. There are slots for it where the bolts go, all 4 slots where you can move it around a little bit, and the 3M tape. So be careful where you position it, once you stick it, this stuff does not like to come off. Take our screws out of our wheel nuts for the time being. I just use that as a ability to help me push them in. Move this on my bench here a little bit. And I'm going to grab mounting plate. I've already cleaned this off in here. I use Prep All, which is a paint prep, removes grease and dirt. And center it as best I can. I like it with the what looks like a flag made out of bullet holes. I like it in this orientation toward the inside. So I'm going to place this in here carefully where I can see all four of the bolt holes and try to center it side to side. Once I get it where I want it, then I will start pressing down. Get all four screws started. And we'll run these down a little bit right now, and then before we start tightening them up, I'll flip it over and put the washers on the wheel nuts. And of course, one got away. There's always one that gets away. Press it down now that I got all four bolts. Lower them. Not let's tighten these up just yet. Position where it goes. Now, let's flip it over. Pull the washer over. Tighten it up. And you'll see how it's squashed against it, holding it in tight. And do that for the other ones. Now I'm going in a staggered pattern. I don't know if you have to or not. That's just the way I've always done things like this. Don't over tighten. Remember, you're in plastic. I have to see how this one does. This one sits on top of the AC vent, and I may need to make adjustments for that. If it doesn't, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut off that screw. It's sticking through too far. There they're all in. If you notice, it has squashed down against the washers and giving it a little extra support with that metal. Now let's see about getting it back in the Jeep. I don't know if you can see here that I have actually trimmed all 4 of them off. I was having issues with the length of the screws, so I just went ahead and trimmed all 4 of them. Remember, this is a universal kit. It's not specific to the TJ. They just say that it will work. You know how universal means? It means everything needs to be adjusted. One thing I forgot to mention is each bag of screws or bolts comes with tools and also the drill bit to drill the correct holes. This is the drill bit that I use for the well nuts. It also came in a similar bag. And these self-tapping screws, obviously nothing but the screws. Now these are lightweight. They're not meant to hold a lot of weight. And I'm putting several accessories on mine, and I'm going to make mine stronger because of that. And they also send this nifty little F tool, and I'll show you what that's used for here in a minute. Okay folks, the dash is back installed. This is not a dash installment video, but there's a couple of things worth noting. The 2 bolts that I put in up here that were previously missing are there now. And on this model, I don't know if others have it, but there's a screw hidden behind the ashtray that holds the lower part of the dash. That's it. Everything else just snaps in. A video that I watched somebody else do didn't have that, so I missed that at first. Alright, let's see if I get that camera positioned while we start to install accessories. I'm going to use 2 radio cell phone slash mounts and a tablet mount. So you loosen this up to get the ball opened up, the ball capture open, and when it snaps over, gotta be careful. It doesn't have a lot of play. If you get too far, the whole thing will come apart. So you tighten it back up. And position wherever you want. See, it's a bullet point on the end there. And I'm just gonna, for the time being, just put it out here and snug it down since I don't know where I want it. Now I'm gonna take the tablet mount and put it in the center for now, for now. Loosen up the thing again and get it over the ball. I'm gonna use a tablet mount for things like my Gaia GPS maps, because I discovered on my phone I can't see things very well on the phone. It's too small. So again, there's why you be careful taking it all the way out, because it will come out. And this thing is multi-adjustable. I have to show you here how this works. You press these buttons on the side, and you can take it up one size or even another size, and then plus the clamp. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's move that over. See if you can see how this works. With your little buttons on the side, and you can do a small size, medium size. It's got like 3 or 4 different adjustments, all the way up to large, plus snap it in. So I'll have to see what my tablet uses. Okay, and now let's install the 3rd one, exactly like the other 2. I'll provide links down in the description to get to all these things. Amazon has some of it, but not all of it. This is a universal outfit, so it'll end up being, you may have to go directly to Bulletpoint for some of this stuff, because I did. If you have a newer Jeep, there's more stuff available for the newer ones, maybe on Amazon. All right, well there it is. Let's take a look at it all the way around. Multi-adjustable. Slide them out, up, tilt them, and there it is. I am not sponsored at all by any of these people. These are just things that I have found to install. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.